always chasing rainbows, watching clouds drifting by. My schemes are just like all my dreams, ending in the sky. Some fellows look and find the sunshine, but I always look and find the rain. Some fellows make a winning sometime. I never even make a gain. Believe me, I'm always chasing rainbows, waiting to find a little bluebird in vain.
I'm so much better off without him. I mean, God, could you imagine? He was such an asshole. He doesn't really believe in anything, which is why I guess he could never believe in me. He never seemed to believe anything I said, especially when I was trying to tell him about how I felt. He would just look down and say, "You cannot feel that way." Or he would laugh. He really would. He would laugh, and I'd say, "Why are you laughing at my feelings?" I mean, everybody knows you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to laugh at anyone's feelings, and there's no right or wrong feelings. Everybody knows that there's no right or wrong feelings. Like, or he would look down and say, "You can't possibly feel that way." Or he would say, "I don't understand." He would say, "I don't understand" to like everything I would say. He would never respond. There'd never be any back and forth. And the last time I saw him, he just started to cross the street. We were on 8th Avenue, and he just started to cross the street while I was in between two sentences. So I went with him across the street, and he said, "I'm going to go in and get a couple bagels for the morning." So he got a couple of plain bagels, held them in a little white bag, and just stood there, all prepared, while I was feeling like. So I finished my sentence, and he just got in a cab. He's awful. He's so awful. I'm so happy I'm not with him anymore. I don't know if there are words. I don't know if I could even put it in a sentence, how he is.
Dear Diary, quarantine life doesn't feel much different from regular life for me. It's not like I'm usually out with my friends every day. It's kind of like I have the bare necessities when it comes to friends. I only have a few. Not by choice, but still. There is one friend I am much closer with than the others. I video chat that friend every once in a while, but the other friends I barely communicate with anymore. Under normal circumstances, since the 2 or 3 friends that I actually can spend time with have busy lives, I'm home most of the time. And school was way too overwhelming for me, so now I get tutored instead. So my most frequent outings were tutoring at the library, rehearsals for shows, and going to activities with autism groups. I sometimes got to spend time with my friends, but not that often. Now, it's basically the same, just more lonely. Although, now I get to see my brother more often, even though he's mostly at work, and my dad more often because he can't really go to work, which is bad, but good that I get to spend more time with him. I even got to plant flowers with him recently. So that's a good thing that came out of this. Of course, there are so many truly terrible things that have happened because of this. But I'm trying to stay positive the best I can. I've been having a rough time recently, though. Probably because of being scared about the virus. I hope that as soon as it's all over, that I can build stronger bonds with my friends. I hope this whole thing will all be over soon and everything will go back to normal. Actually, hopefully better than the normal. Maybe this pandemic will remind people how important their family and friends really are, and maybe they'll want to spend more time with them. Hopefully including me this time.
A friend's not a cheap little phony creep or a jerk trying to make a deal. A friend is the person who most of all cares about what you feel. And nothing is harder than learning a friend isn't real. A friend sends notes back and forth all day and doesn't care that you can't spell. A friend knows that you've got a crush on your teacher, but a friend would never tell. A friend's outside waiting the minute you both hear the bell. And if your heart
all your last month of vacation and all of the time you can spare. And then on the first day of classes, he acts like you're not even there. Then he doesn't know. He doesn't know. He'll never know what it means to be a friend.
I wish I was more like you. Like you. You're so clear. You seem so clear about things, whereas I can never quite say what even to myself, I'm so inarticulate. Some nights I lie awake and I go over the things I've said confidently. The things I've said confidently, and they fall to pieces. And where there were words, there's now just this feeling of impossibility. That everything there's no way through it. I used to feel that way when I was very small. The same feeling. Not a childish feeling. Well, maybe. As if I was choking on. As if life was coming down on me and I couldn't see my way through it. What does a child who have everything suffer from? Who can name it? I can't. I can't. But it was a sort of I used to see it in my head as jungle. Around me, surrounding me, some darkness growing, something organic, alive. And the only thing that kept me was the picture of my parents. Silly. Because I'm older now and I shouldn't remember that anymore. Lying in bed and feeling that they were there. Just outside the room. Maybe you're right, and it was not as simple as it looked. But they gave such a strong sense of love for each other in that house, and I felt loved. And since I've gotten older, I don't feel as if everything that saved me has fallen for me, and I'm not a kid anymore. No, I'm not a kid anymore. But I still feel I need Sorry.
I need a place where I can go, where I can whisper what I know, where I can whisper who I like and where I go to see them. I need a place where I can hide, where no one sees my life inside, where I can take my plans and write them down so I can read them. A place where I can bid my heart be still and it will mind me. A place where I can go when I am lost, and there I'll find me. Need a place to spend the day where no one says to go or stay, where I can take my pen and draw the girl I mean to be. It's odd. When I try to remember my mother's face, it's like looking in a foggy mirror. And when I think of my Aya, the fog clears. That's pathetic, don't you think? To remember a servant and not your own mother? But that portrait is so real. It brings her back as a mother right here, seated at her dressing table. I could almost hear the orchestra rehearsing in the ballroom. Mother loved to dance. She had so many beautiful gowns. I used to sneak into her room and study our reflections in the looking glass. I loved to see our faces next to each other, side by side. Sometimes she let me try on one of her pretty jewels. Stop chattering at me like a monkey. Come give us a kiss. Now I would go kiss the air next to her cheek. She was always getting ready to leave. After everyone died, I went back to the looking glass to see if I could make her appear. There was a camellia dying in a bowl of water. I was so thirsty, I drank the water. Her name was Camellia. She loved to pin flowers in her hair. I don't know anything about boys. Could you keep a secret if I told you one? It's a great secret. I don't know what I should do if anyone found out. I believe I should die. I've sown the garden. It isn't mine. It isn't anybody's. Nobody cares for it. Nobody wants it. Perhaps everything in it is dead already. I don't know, and I don't care. Nobody has any right to take it away from me when I care about it and they don't. They're letting it sit there, die all by itself. It's mine now.
I was 10. For some reason, my teacher took an interest in me. Who knows what she saw in me, wearing my brother's hand-me-down rugby shirts. But she entered me in a local beauty pageant. Got me some makeup and a dress and everything. Got me all dolled up. It's a funny story. Well, the night of the pageant came, and of course she tried to get my dad there, but he wouldn't come. And then I won. And I couldn't believe it. And they gave me this tiara. And I remember going home and being so proud. And there was Dad sitting in his lazy boy watching something funny on TV because he was laughing. Just really in a good mood. Well, I waited patiently until the commercial, and then I walked up to him and tapped him on the shoulder ever so slightly and showed him my tiara, my crown. And this next part, I'll never forget. He actually smiled at me. He touched my face and he said,
Are you my Miss America? Are you my little Miss Universe? At that moment, I had his attention. And I remember thinking that it was really funny because I had never noticed how blue his eyes were before.
There was a man, a lonely man, who lost his love through his indifference. A heart that cared, that went unshared until it died within his silence. And solitaire's the only game in town, and every road that takes him down. And by himself it's easy to pretend he'll never love again. And keeping to himself he plays the game. Without her love it always ends the same. While life goes on around him everywhere, he's playing solitaire. A little hope goes up in smoke. Just how it goes without saying. There was a man, a lonely man, who would command the hand he's playing. As solitaire's the only game in town, and every road that takes him down. And by himself it's easy to pretend he'll never love again. And keeping to himself he plays the game. Without her love it always ends the same. While life goes on around him everywhere, he's playing solitaire. And solitaire's the only game in town, and every road that takes him down. While life goes on around him everywhere, he's playing solitaire.
I'm all alone again, nowhere to turn, no one to go to. Without a home, without a friend, without a face to say hello to. And now the night is here, and I can make believe he's here. Sometimes I walk alone at night when everybody else is sleeping. I think of him and then I'm happy with the company I'm keeping. The city goes to bed, and I can live inside my head. On my own, pretending he's beside me. All alone, I walk with him till morning. Without him, I feel his arms around me. And when I lose my way, I close my eyes, and he has found me. In the rain, the pavement shines like silver. All the lights are misty in the river. In the darkness, the trees are full of starlight, and all I see is him and me forever and forever. And I know it's only in my mind that I'm talking to myself and not to him. And although I know that he is blind, still I say there's a way for us. I love him, but when the night is over, he is gone. A river's just a river without him. The world around me changes. The trees are barren everywhere. The streets are full of strangers. I love him, but every day I'm learning. All my life I've only been pretending. Without me, his world will go on turning. A world that's full of happiness that I shall never know. I love him. I love him. I love him, but only on my own.
I can't bear it. They're so young and beautiful. Why did they ever have to get old? Mama! I'm here! I'm grown up! I love you all. Everything. I can't look at everything hard enough. Oh, Mama, just look at me. 1 minute as though you really saw me. Mama, 14 years have gone by. I'm dead. You're a grandmother? Mama, I married George Gibbs. Mama, Wally's dead too, Mama. His appendix burst on a camping trip to North Conway. We felt just terrible about it.
to remember. But just for a moment. Now we're all together. Mama, just for a moment, we're happy. Let's look at one another. I can't. I can't go on. It goes so fast. We don't have time to look at one another. I didn't realize all that was going on in life, and we never noticed. Take me back. Up the hill to my grave. But first, wait. One more look. Goodbye. Goodbye, world. Goodbye, Grover's Corners. Mama and Papa. Goodbye to ticking clocks and Mama's sunflowers and food and coffee and new iron dresses and hot baths and sleeping and waking up. Oh, Earth, you're too wonderful for anybody to realize you. Do any human beings ever realize life while they live it? Every minute. I'm ready to go back. I should have listened to you. That's all human beings are. Just blind people.
I was only 12 when my mother died. It's still hard to even think about it, even 4 years later. I mean, God, she was only 35. How could some stupid disease take someone so strong? I never even got to say goodbye. I never even really told her that I loved her. I would do anything for her to be alive still. She was so much to me. I mean, I have trouble talking to my dad about girl stuff. He's a guy. He tries to understand me, but we're just not that close. And with Mom dying, I lost a lot of myself along with her. They say it takes a year for a person to get over the death of a loved one. I still haven't gotten over it. I can't talk about her without a sad tone in my voice. I can't reminisce about her smile without bursting into tears. I know she wouldn't want this. I know she'd always want me to love her, but lose the terrible pain that I feel. Mom, Do you hear this? Do you look down on me from heaven? I know you can't hear me, but I want you to listen. I want to be happy more than anything. I want to remember the good times and not this terrible loss that I feel. Make it so I don't cry myself to sleep every night wishing you were there. Be in my dreams if you can't be in my reality. I miss you, but I guess the only thing I can say is that will matter is the thing that I've always wanted to say to you all this time. I love you, Mom. Mama, I can use some help here. I'm tired of talking to myself here. Back at home, you don't exist, so here I am in the abyss. Are you really in this place? It's like the emptiness of space. I can search for all eternity and never see your face. Help me out. I'm lost without you standing, stuck in this impossible road. No idea which way to go, whichever path I choose, I lose you knowing I don't know which way's home. Is there a way back home? You always saw life as a game, but since you left, it sucks to play. I'm beaten up and bruised, confused by rules that alter every day. Where to next? You left, but I'm still standing, spinning in this infinite road, terrified of letting go. No light above, and there's no hope below. And I don't know which way's home. I got my heart in my hand. Speak to me and I'll understand. One little word to know I'm not alone. Show me the way back home. Oh, is there a way back home? Oh, nothingness abandoned me. Is this the end you meant for me? Every living minute, there's no home without you in it. I'm falling when stalling. Your daughter is calling your name. I burned all my bridges and game. Mom, I don't want to forget you. I promise, I am never going to forget you. I'm gonna go back home. Adam, Barbatili, and Dad. It's messy, but it's all that I have to make the best of being flesh and bone. Mama, I'm going home. Yeah, Mama, I'm going home. I'm going down.
sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. And little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, the smiles return into their faces. And little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, 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 here it comes. Sun, sun, sun. Little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting. And little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. him rest, heaven blessed. Bring him home, bring him home. He's like the son I might have known. If God had granted me a son, the summers die one by one. How soon they fly on and on. And I am old and will be gone. Bring him peace, bring him joy. He is young, he's only a boy. Can take, you can give. Let him be. Let him live. If I die, let me die. Let him live.
Sometimes I wonder where I've been, who I am, do I fit in? Make believing is hard alone, out here on my own. We're always proven who we are, always reaching for that rising star to guide me far and shine me home, out here on my own. When I'm down and feeling blue, I close my eyes so I can be with you. Oh baby, be strong for me. Baby, belong to me. Help me through, help me need you. Until the morning sun appears, making light of all my fears. I dried the tears I've never shown, out here on my own. But when I'm down and feeling blue, I close my eyes so I can be with you. Oh baby, be strong for me. Baby, belong to I may not win, but I can't be thrown out here on my own. Out here on my own.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things. Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudels, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodles, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, silver white winters that melt into springs. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite things, and then I don't feel so bad.
Seven a.m. the usual morning lineup. Starting the chores and sweep till the floors are clean. Polish and wax, do laundry and mop and shine up. Sweep again, and by then it's like 7:15. So I'll read a book, or maybe 2 or 3. I'll add a few new paintings to my gallery. I'll play guitar and knit and cook, and basically just wonder, when will my life begin? Then after lunch it's puzzles and darts and baking, paper mache, a bit of ballet and chess, pottery and ventriloquy, candle making. Then I'll stretch, maybe sketch, take a climb, sew a dress, and I'll reread the books. If I have time to spare, I'll paint the walls some more. I'm sure there's room somewhere. And then I'll brush and brush and brush and brush my hair, stuck in the same place we've always been. And I'll keep wondering and wondering and wondering and wondering, when will my life begin?
I live for rainbows. They're magical. I love how they surprise you. They can happen anywhere at any time. Sometimes they're only there for a few seconds, but I can watch them for hours. And you know what's great about them? Anyone can enjoy a rainbow. Rich, poor, famous, homeless, popular, or a loser. Anyone can see them and dream. The time they dazzle me the most is after a terrible storm. Lightning terrifies me, but rainbows bring me comfort again. There's so many stories about rainbows, like leprechauns and pots of gold. I'm embarrassed to admit this, but when I was younger, I used to try to find the end of a rainbow. It's not because I'm greedy and want the pot of gold. I was just curious. But rainbows are mysterious and never stay in one place for long. And then there's Noah's Ark. Not only do you have rainbows, but you have cute animals too. Super cute critters, 2 by 2, climbing onto Noah's canoe. And at the end, there was a rainbow. A promise that the world would never be flooded. Although, maybe we need another flood, or at least a good cleaning. Some people around here could use a good bath. Oh, look! Looky! It's a double rainbow! I love rainbows. Thank you!
Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions. And rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that every wish would be heard and answered when wished on the morning star? Somebody thought of that and someone believed it. Look what it's done so far. What's so amazing that keeps us stargazing? And what do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of us under its spell, we know that it's probably magic. Have you been half asleep, and have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Is this the sweet sound that calls the young sailors? The voice might be one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me.
The day the cast was posted, I stood out by the theater door, afraid to go in. Everyone was crowding around, waiting. It was in the morning, about 8:30. The sun was trying to come out, but the clouds were just forcing it out of the sky. These big black clouds just floating slowly. You know, like clouds do. I watched them for a minute and I could smell the rain. Remember that song from the Fantastics? The one that goes, soon it's gonna rain, I can feel it, soon it's gonna rain, I can tell. Well, I can always tell when it's gonna rain. I don't even have to see that there are clouds. I can smell the wetness in the air. And that day, that cloudy, dark day, with the sun waging a losing battle with the atmosphere, I waited with a bunch of other kids to see if I got a part in the show. There was this other guy, about my age, pacing and smoking a cigarette. I watched him pace and watched that trail of smoke wind its way up to join the other clouds and help block out my sun. He glanced over at me and gave me this tense smile. "Nerves," he said. And he pulled a long drag from his cigarette. He looked cool, though, in a very part of the in-crowd sort of way. Right then, the door opened and everyone rushed in. Mr. Cool Smoker Guy was dancing all around. Obviously, he got the part he wanted. I looked up at the clouds and the sun, and for just a moment, the sun won the war and revealed itself full and glowing. I took that as a good sign, and I went in to check the cast list myself. Oh, there I was. All right. Chorus. Again. Well, at least I made it. I went back outside, and the sun was shining fully, having burned the clouds away. I figured it was like some sort of natural spotlight meant just for me, so then everyone would know that yet again, I was inadequate. No wonder I like the rain. When it rains, it pours, but you didn't even notice. It ain't raining anymore. It's hard to breathe when all you know is the struggle of staying above the rising water line. Well, the sky is finally open, and the rain and the wind stopped blowing, but you're stuck out in the same old storm again. You hold tight to your umbrella. Well, darling, I'm just trying to tell you that there's always been a rainbow hanging over your head. If only you could see what I see, you'd be blinded by the colors, yellow, red, and orange, and green, and at least a million others. So tie up the bow, take off your coat, and take a look around. Oh, the sky is finally open, and the rain and the wind stopped blowing, but you're stuck out in the same old storm again. You hold tight to your umbrella. Well, darling, I'm just trying to tell you that there's always been a rainbow hanging over your head. Oh, tie up the bow, take off your coat, and take a look around. Everything is alright now. Well, the sky is finally open, and the rain and the wind stopped blowing, but you're stuck out in the same old storm again. You hold tight to your umbrella. Well, darling, I'm just trying to tell ya that there's always been a rainbow hanging over your head. Yeah, there's always been a rainbow hanging over your head. Everything is alright now.
wasn't a dream. It was a place. And you, and you, and you, and you were all there. But could you have been? No. But I remember, it was a truly live place. And some of it wasn't very nice, but most of it was beautiful. And all I kept saying to everyone was, I wanted to go home. And they did. They sent me home. Doesn't anybody believe me? Well, anyway, Toto. I'm not yelling. It's just a little frustrating that this is the climax of the show and nothing has gone right. I did my part. I memorized my lines, I practiced, I rehearsed, and I'm giving a stellar performance. But you're saying lines from a different play. You won't stop singing. You never come out at the right time. Fire alarms are going off, and Katie's mom is telling everyone how bad I am. And then, on top of that, we have the stage manager come out as the great and powerful Oz with a balloon. A balloon. Okay, I get it. You're doing the best you can since Joe DeLuca has pink eye for like the 10th time this year. And I mean, how many times can one guy get pink eye? Answer me that, stage manager. Where in your prompt book does it say that? What about you, Scarecrow? Do you know the answer to that? Do you? Do you? Oh, forget it. You wouldn't understand. You're just a supporting actor. I'm the lead. The lead. Can nothing go right for me in this play? Nothing? No, Kevin, I don't want a hug. All that will come for me now is... there! The witch is dead, the wizard is dead, the production is dead, and I'm going home. For real this time. Dorothy, out!
There's a time that I remember when I did not know no pain, when I believed in forever and everything would stay the same. And now my heart feels like December when somebody say your name, 'cause I can't reach out to call you, but I know I will one day. Hey, everybody hurts sometimes, everybody hurts someday. Everything gonna be alright. Go raise a glass and say, here's to the ones that we've got. Here's to the wish you were here, but you're not, 'cause the drinks bring back all the memories of everything we've been through. Toast to the ones here today. Toast to the ones that we lost on the way, 'cause the drinks bring back all the memories. And the memories bring back you. Do 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 do. Memories bring back you.
We need some light. First of all, we need some light. You can't sit here in the dark and all alone. It's a sorry sight. It's just you and me. We'll live, you'll see.
After night, we'd sit and wait for the morning light, but we've waited far too long for all that's wrong to be made right.
we still go on. And you find some way to survive, and you find out you don't have to be happy at all. To be happy, you're alive. Day after day, give me clouds and rain and gray. Give me pain if that's what's real. It's the price we pay to feel.
The price of love is lost, but still we pay. We love anyway.
And when the night has finally gone, and when we see the new day dawn, we'll wonder how we wandered for so long, so blind. The wasted world we thought we knew, the light will make it look brand new. So let it shine, shine, shine. Day after day, we'll find the will to find our way, knowing that the darkest skies will someday see the sun.
When our long night is done, there will be light. There will be light. When we open up our lives, sons and daughters, husbands, wives, and fight that fight. There will be light. There will be light. There will be light. There will be light.
Little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting. And little darling, it seems like years since it's been clear. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Here comes the sun,